Hey guys, today I'm going to be discussing the PE ratio or price to earnings ratio. And this is a ratio used to evaluate a company's stock price in relation to its earnings per share or EPS. So the equation for the PE ratio is just the company's stock price divided by its earnings per share. You can find the earnings per share by taking the company's net income for the last trailing 12 months or the last fiscal year. So the company's net income divided by the company's shares outstanding. And the P/E ratio tells us how much investors are willing to pay per share for every $1 of net income that the company generates. And there are two main ways of looking at the PE ratio. So one is the trailing PE, which takes a look at the company's past performance. So what their past net income is for the last trailing 12 months or last year. And it uses that trailing information in the equation for earnings per share, which is then crossed over to the PE ratio. So you can look at the trailing PE or the forward PE. And the forward PE uses the company's projected earnings per share. So it's an expected net income that the company is expected to generate based on a lot of analysis. So that expected net income is used in the equation instead, and then you can develop the PE ratio using those expected earnings. And then lastly, you just want to break down the PE ratio by industry. So over the whole S&P 500 for all those companies, the PE ratio is going to average right around 36. The retail industry, right around 32. And then lastly, the renewable energy industry, that's a lot higher at around 165. This is likely due to many companies' initiatives to go green, have a bunch of green technology, and especially in the car markets, a lot of car manufacturers have a goal of having most of their cars that they manufacture be electric vehicles probably in the next 10 to 20 years. So because of all these initiatives with not only in the US, but around the world, a lot of investors are willing to pay a premium in terms of earnings per share, which is why the PE ratio is so much higher in a sector like renewable energy. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed and thank you for watching.